Let's talk about short squeezes. Whether you're a trader or an investor, it's important to understand what a short squeeze is. This video is going to cover some of the heaviest shorted stocks on the market today. So what is a short squeeze? So this is a market phenomenon in which unexpected rise in the price of a heavily shorted stock prompts large numbers of short sellers to exit positions and buy the stock. It's going to make the stock price rocket higher. There's no question over the last year or so, many stocks have been manipulated heavily from short selling. And a lot of these stocks go a lot lower than they ever would on their own. You have bears literally overwhelming the bulls to the point where the stock has no chance because there's not enough buyers to come in to make the price go higher. Now you have seen some short covering on positions in 2023, but there's still a huge list of stocks that are unbelievably shorted, more than I can remember in recent history. So a short squeeze is an unusual condition that triggers rapidly rising prices in a stock or other tradable security. It occurs when a security has a significant amount of short sellers, which means that investors are betting against the stock, betting that the stock will go lower. The short squeeze begins when the price jumps higher unexpectedly and gains momentum as a significant measure of the short sellers decide to cut their losses and exit their positions. Now we're in earnings season, and some of these companies could report better than expected earnings, and you could see some short squeezes. So a couple things to know here. This says contrarian investors. It really means traders. They're trying to anticipate a short squeeze, and they'll buy stocks that demonstrate a strong short interest. You have to be very careful with this, and it is close to gambling. Both short sellers and contrarians make risky moves, very risky moves, and a wise investor will have additional reasons for shorting or buying the stock. Now I want to focus on that last part, buying the stock. You might buy a stock that has high short interest. I'm going to share one with you today that I've been buying, but I'm not buying it just because it has a high short interest. There are forums out there on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, etc., that are trying to find stocks that just have high short interest, but they don't know anything about the stock. They're just making a gamble, a bet that the stock's going to go higher and they're going to make money. Be careful of doing that, and I'm not suggesting that whatsoever. You can see here, short squeezes have been among the most popular and controversial topics on Wall Street in the past couple of years. In 2021, groups of online stock traders on Reddit made headlines by orchestrating targeted buying campaigns to trigger short squeezes in some of the market's most heavily shorted stocks. I'm not recommending or suggesting this whatsoever. I'm trying to give you the history and the backdrop. So this is an article from US News that has a bunch of stocks that you can see on your screen. I don't own any of these stocks and I'm not buying these, but it's important just to share some of these heaviest shorted stocks with you. So you see like EVgo, Nikola, Tattoo Chef. I know a lot of people probably own Tattoo Chef or bought it at one point. There were several YouTubers that were pushing that one heavily. Compass Pathways, QuantumScape. People ask me about QS all the time. And that could be one of those companies that, maybe it ends up being a good long-term investment. I don't personally own it. I haven't spent a lot of time on QS, but I know a lot of subscribers are interested in that stock. So I'm going to share some of the most shorted stocks here, and I will get to a stock that I've been buying myself that has high short interest. Not quite as high as some of these. Look at that first one, ticker PXMD. I don't know anything about it. The float shorted on the right-hand side, 99.27% float shorted. That is absolutely insane. You see Carvana on here, Silvergate. There's a bunch of names that you've probably heard of. Lovesac. And Lovesac could be one of those companies that could end up being a long-term investment. The numbers, if you look at the numbers, they aren't terrible compared to some of these other companies. The infamous Upstart is on here. EVgo, Fisker, Big Lots. You see, some of these were meme stocks back in 2021. Some of them, like Wayfair, could end up being good long-term investments again, but they have huge short interest still. Desktop Metal's another one I saw a lot of in 2021. You got Virgin Galactic. You have to be careful with these. I mean, just recently, Virgin Orbit, the ticker was VORB. They filed bankruptcy. That stock basically went to zero. AMC's on here, Trupanion, Sirius XM, a bunch of names. Now this list here is nice because it gives you the short interest percentage, the previous and current. So Carvana, current short interest, 67.75%. That's a huge number. WWE, 63.56%. Lovesac, 53.6%. Wayfair, almost 50%. And some of these you can see massive short interest gains just in the last couple days. Upstart, not really moving the needle much, only negative 0.38%, still 40.84% short interest. You see Geo on here, Chewy's got 35.41%. I was actually surprised. Tattooed Chef, 34.29%. MSTR, 33.77%. EVGO is almost 33%. You can see some other names here. Fate Therapeutics, 29%. Pets, 28.27%. Lemonade, 26.25%. Trupanion, 25.65%. WKHS, 25.57%. Redfin, almost 25%. AMC, almost 25%. So most of these have basically 23% or more short interest, all the way up to 66.75% in Carvana. Now, speaking of shorts, I've got a story for you guys. I usually don't mess around with the promotions and the sponsorships and all that jazz. And I get messages every day. I generally ignore them or I politely decline. I got one message that caught my eye and they said, hey, we want to send you some shorts. Not stock shorts, but shorts to wear. And I thought, hey, why not? Send me some shorts. I'll try them on and we'll go from there. So this company sent me 3 pairs of shorts and a pair of pants. And I'll be completely honest with you. I would not come on here and put my reputation on the line if what I'm about to say is not true. Now, these are the most comfortable shorts that I've ever tried on. Seriously. They've got a built-in liner. They're called Bird Dogs. And here's the thing, guys. They're great shorts. They're comfortable. They look really good. I got some shorts out of the deal. I told Bird Dogs that I'd give them a plug in this video and encourage you to go check out their site. There's a link below in the description. I've also got a comment that's pinned. So please go check it out. And if you decide to pick up some shorts, it's that time of the year, spring and summer. Enter code FIRED, promo code FIRED, FIRED at checkout, and you'll get a free Yeti tumbler as well. And this partnership's gonna help me create better content for you as the viewer. So please do me a favor, click that link below, go check it out. So next, I'm gonna cover the stock that I've been buying that has high short interest. Not as high as the short interest we saw in those other stocks we just covered, but it's around 17%. And this is what I call a spec stock. So I'm buying this stock, holding it for 5 years, and spec means it could be a 10x return or it could be a 0. And I hedge these by having lots of different spec stocks and generally having 5 to 10% of my portfolio in what I call spec. So the stock is STEM Inc. Short interest 17.54%. I've been nibbling it under $5. I just bought some a day or two ago, I think at $4.45, and I bought some of my main portfolio as well. So I got 2 portfolios, the primary taxable brokerage $1 million plus, and I got the Fired Up Wealth Community portfolio. I'm buying STEM in both. And again, it's high risk, it's spec. This could be a 5 or 10x type of stock, or it could go to 0. It's burning cash, it's not profitable, and that's gonna fit the bill really with most of these stocks that are gonna be heavily shorted. This kind of environment is not good for companies like STEM. This is one that I look at as a possible diamond in the rough. In closing, guys, I wanna make sure you understand, I'm not promoting any stocks at all on this video. It's just informational. I am buying STEM, but understand the risk before you buy a stock like STEM and make sure you hedge that risk appropriately. And do me a favor, check that link out below for Bird Dogs. If this was helpful, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, drop a like and comment. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.